Jared Polin, FroKnowsPhoto.com, and this is your Photo News Fix. First up, the photography world lost a legend the other day. Jay Maisel passed away at 95. Now, Jay was a commercial and editorial photographer who cut his teeth in New York City. He had a different way of seeing the world. He found colors and shadows and shapes all around and captured them. The story of his life and his home was captured in an amazing must-see photo documentary by a former intern of his, who is also an amazing photographer in his own right, Stephen Wilkes. Now, in 2018, they released Jay Maisel, a documentary that is described on IMDb as, and I quote, photographer Stephen Wilkes creates an intimate portrait of his mentor, Jay Maisel, as he leaves the 30,000 square foot building and filled with his eccentric collection of beautiful random objects for the last 40 years, known as the Bank. Now, talk about an amazing space in New York City, spanning 6 floors and 36,000 feet. Jay purchased this 72-room building in Lower Manhattan in 1966 for a little over $100,000 and sold it for $55 million in 2015.
Damn!
Real estate.
That's a lot of lettuce.
The documentary follows the last days of Jay and his family living in the property before it is sold. Now, this is up there as one of my favorite all-time documentaries ever. Please give it a watch and keep Jay's legacy alive. Let me know if you've seen this documentary down below. Next up, Sony Alpha Rumors is claiming 2 trusted sources shared some info that Sigma and Sony will be announcing new products in September. They say that the Sigma lens is the 85 1.2, which is already listed on B&H, and it was announced as a development announcement a while ago, but they also think there might be another Sigma lens as well. On a side note, isn't it kind of insane that Sigma will have an 85 1.2 before a native Sony version? Remember back in the day when the battle cry was, Sony's E-mount is not capable of faster glass, therefore it's over.
Turn on the light.
How's that working out for you? Or were they actually right, being that there's only the 50 1.2 G Master? But then again, there's the 28 to 70 f2 and the 50 to 150 f2 and rumors of a 16 to 28 f2. So I guess that's good enough for now. Now, Sony Alpha Rumors guy had no idea what Sony might be coming out with in terms of lenses, but he did say that Sony is not releasing a new camera. I have no idea what Sony is cooking up, but they do have their condo event this week where they bring in a bunch of influencers and a few photographers for what amounts to be a health and wellness retreat at this point, with a lot of kumbaya stuff like yoga, dog petting, meditation, wishing trees. Yeah, a tree you place a wish on.
Well, wish in one hand, the other one, see which one fills up first.
Along with some photography mixed in. Question. Some photography is limited at these events at this point. Now, maybe someone will leak something if there is something to be leaked. Now, I won't be there because I don't do kumbaya. I just can't. I can't do kumbaya. I can't sit there and be like, yay, wellness retreat. I want to do stuff.
Just do it!
This fix is brought to you by me and your final chance to get Fro Pack 4 and the Grand Slam bundle at their discounted prices before Fro Pack 5 comes out in a matter of weeks. As always, when the new pack comes out, the prior pack discounts expires. So if you've been on the fence about grabbing Fro Pack 4 at a discount or the Grand Slam bundle at a discount, now is the time to do so to save some money. Head on over to froknowsphoto.com/FroPack4 to grab yours today while they are still discounted. Fro Pack 5 is locked and loaded and ready to go with not only new killer presets, but amazing names like and all will be revealed soon, so take advantage of the discount while it's still on. And finally, Canon Rumors has a lens and a camera rumor this week. Now first, the body. They claim that the R8 Mark II will be announced on September 15th and be the same size and weight as the current R8. On top of that, they claim that they've been told it feels more premium and that the SD card slot will no longer be in the battery compartment, but have its own door with a single slot thought behind it. They say it will now have IBIS, the same 24 megapixel sensor as the R6 II, and they keep pushing this retro design. For as long as there's been rumors about the R8 Mark II, I've said it will not be retro. Now, when I think of retro, I think of the 60s or 70s.
Retro means old but cool.
But I guess kids these days think retro is the 90s and the 2000s, and they're not wrong.
Wait, what?
Hell, it's almost 27 years since Y2K. Now that just makes us all feel old. Now it seems like we'll know more on September 15th. Now the second rumor, or more of a patent filing, might be for a dual nano USM motored 85 1.2 VCM. Now Canon's current 85 and 50 1.2s use an older ring type focus motor, which seems to be being phased out at this point. So it does seem to make sense at this point for an 85 to be updated with more focus speed. The current 85 1.2 is 7 freaking years old already. I had to look it up and I was like, 7 years already?
Time flies when one's having fun.
Now that lens still does hold up when it comes to focus, but it is a beast of a chode, AKA it's thick with 3 C's. Now I'd love to see a new 85 that's smaller and faster, and maybe this patent will come to reality. Now what lens would you like to see get the VCM treatment? Let me know down below. And there you have it, that's your photo news fix this time around. Thank you very much for watching. Jared Polin, FroKnowsPhoto.com. See ya.